Hey, what's up guys? Today is Easter. I got a turkey in the oven. I'm gonna try something never tried before. I got my giblets and neck bone in there, about 8 cups of water, and that's heating up. I'm gonna make a broth. Make my spicy beans, and I'm gonna add the rice with curry seasoning, using the water, the turkey broth water. Never done this before. I think it's going to come out good. I'll tell you my thinking here if you want to know. So I wanted to make, I thought to make the turkey and dressing. I'm trying to get the dressing recipe down pat. Made it once before, but I kind of screwed up. I was going to make it again. And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I don't know, that dressing is like really fattening, and I live by myself. You know what I mean? I don't need to be eating a whole tray of goddamn dressing by myself. So I'm gonna make some rice and beans instead, which I'm not sure how much better that is. But with no further ado, let me show you how I'm gonna get going. So I don't like to buy meat at Walmart. I just don't. So being it's the only store open in my area today, Easter, decided just to get this tube of meat. I don't know, at least it's not packaged by Walmart. You go ahead and brown this up. It's a whole 3 pounds. Brown this up and drain the grease. It's 73.27, so it's going to have a whole bunch of grease in it. Brown it up, drain the grease, add beans, jalapeno, seasoning, all that good stuff. I got a big old bag of jalapenos because I'm going to make jalapeno poppers. I'll show you how to do that also. I'm going to still a couple of these for my spicy beans, and then I'll have to go back to the farmer's market and get some extras. Alright, so it's been cooking for probably 15-20 minutes. I ain't really timed it, but look at all that fat I got to get rid of. So let me show you how I'm going to drain it here. Got my strainer, and I've got me a bunch of paper towels in there because I already know what's coming. So it's going to be a little greasy. Get that. Go ahead and strain the beef. Strain the beef. I love this little pan I got at Walmart. Good little pan. Alright. Alright. Look at all that oil. Ooh, a lot of nasty oil. Alright, go ahead and add my beans to my beef. Ken's Spicy Beans. Been making this for years. Maybe 8-10 years, something like that. I don't know. Go ahead and mix this up. Only thing about this little pot right here, it's got these metal handles, so you can put it in the oven. You mess around and grab those, you're gonna think twice before you do it again. All right, so Ken's Spicy Beans only have a few ingredients: beef, beans of your choice, Padilla fajita seasoning, and jalapenos. Well, when I add the rice to it, I add olives. So give me a second. It is. Took me a second. Padilla fajita seasoning. Like I said, I came up with this recipe. Just, I don't know, screwing around in the kitchen. I thought it would be good, and turned out that it was. Mix this up. So what I typically do is I season the top of it fairly well, mix it around, I had to do the same thing again. I gotta say that I've never had anybody eat my beans and not like them. Not gonna lie, I've screwed them up once or twice, but doesn't every cook screw up something that they've made a million times once or twice? I know I have, more than once or twice. But then you learn, you know, what mistakes not to make continuously. So you can mix that up or just let it sit, doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if this big old pot is going to be big enough to put all my rice and everything in, cook my rice in. Might not be. Alright, I like to take my turkey out and flip it over after a little bit, let that bottom side cook some. To me, if you don't do that, that bottom part of the meat just don't taste as good, you know? You kind of have to do it. At least that's been my experience. That's what I like to do. So, season it the same way I season the other. A little olive oil. And if you don't know, the best place to buy your olive oil for the buck and the quality is Costco. That is a fact. They have some of the highest quality olive oil that you can buy. And for the price, you can't beat it. Same is true with their eggs. If you don't believe me, Google it. Google it. Or Perplexity it. Or Grok it. Or whatever AI or search system you want to use. They have some high quality stuff there at Costco. Closed on Easter. I was going to go there today. Back in the oven. All right. Add my jalapenos. Maybe one day I'll keep them from fucking spilling all over the fucking stovetop for once. All right, jalapenos, spicy beans. Got about 4 of them in there. Let them break on down. Break on down. Might have to go back to Walmart. Give me another pot. Watch it 28 days later. So, the scientist, doctor guy, he's done doped up the fucking, he's done doped up the infected guy. I seen this part, I thought it was fucking hilarious. He's got the infected Samson all doped up on morphine. Look at this shit. When I seen this, I could not help but laugh. Fucking hilarious. Alright guys. If you guys have watched any of my videos before, I'm very bad about putting the fucking camera right where my goddamn elbow is. Try it on this side, see if it's any better. Alright, went and got me another pot. One of these Imesa, if I'm saying that right. Seem to be pretty good pots. I had to throw out my old ones. So, I'm going to go ahead and, I got this one here for Christmas. This is like a rice cooking pot or whatever. I like it. So I got 8 cups of water here. Got 5 pounds, or excuse me, 2 pounds of rice. So that takes 10 cups of water. So I'm going to go ahead and strain all this broth out. I'm going to add me a couple more cups of broth or water to make 2 more cups of broth. So we'll go ahead and turn this on. What I really like about this pot is inside of it you don't have to measure. It's got the measurements already in there. Go a little bit. I always do a little bit more water when I'm making a bunch of rice like this, I always make a little bit more water. So this is just gonna relax for a little bit. Just stay on low while this warms up and gets some of that good flavor out of there. Here is, now I can't see this camera, so if my elbow is in the way yet again, well then I guess it doesn't really matter which direction I put the camera in. I'm gonna be in the way no matter what. So this has got to break on down for a little while, and how you could tell that is that these jalapenos are still really firm. They need to break on down and get all their jalapeno goodness infused into our beef and beans. I'm gonna make curry rice, turkey curry rice, and 10 spicy beans along with our turkey. All right. So this cooked for a little while on the flip side. So when I was in my early 20s or whatever, I ate a lot of turkey. Loved turkey. And I always noticed that I didn't really care for the bottom of the turkey, the meat on the bottom. I didn't like it. A lot of times I'd end up throwing that shit away. So after a little while, I got smart enough to turn the damn thing over and cook the bottom side of it, and then it tastes a whole lot better. Go ahead and throw this back in the oven here for maybe another 45 minutes or so. Well, I just remembered, I forgot an important part of this. I'm going to add a little bit of this turkey, oh my God, broth to our water. A little clumsily, I suppose. All right, well, the stove's already got to be cleaned off anyway. Added a little bit of that. Didn't mean to splash it all over the fucking place, but there it is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and melt down a little bit of butter. Going to get our curry powder sauteed in a little bit of butter. Let that cook on down. Go ahead and add a couple pieces of garlic here. I had to help it with a little bit of olive oil. I buy my butter at Costco. So when you do that, you're always so used to always having butter. I cannot believe I ran out of butter. And I'm not going back to the goddamn store. Ain't no way in hell. Just gonna saute up this curry seasoning a little bit. It's supposed to be butter, but it's gonna be like I said, with the help of some olive oil, because, yep, that's what it is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the water. Wish you could smell it. It smells really good. I'm gonna go ahead and add this seasoning in there. Let that break on down. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. It's 5 cups of rice. This rice here is basmati. I guess is what's recommended for curry rice. At least that's what I'm told. Gotta give this a little mix. Said I like to add some olives. Man, I'm making one hell of a mess today. Cut up the giblets. You know what? I don't want to clean that cutting board again. I'm just going to break them up with my hands. That and tear apart the meat off the turkey bone. I'm gonna take my time on that one. I ain't gonna do it on camera. Video's long enough as is. All right, that's the neck meat. Got a whole bunch of dishes to do. Give it a little stir as it comes to a boil. Let simmer. Turkey is done. I'm gonna let it rest upside down for well, for the rest of the time until it's time to eat. Flip it upside down, put it back in the oven on warm. That is it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this video. I got my turkey all broke down. It just fell off the bone. Everything came apart so easy. I just took a fork and raked it, and it all just fell to pieces. Absolutely beautiful. Got my spicy beans over there. Got my curry rice over here, which cooked really quickly, actually. And still gonna make some jalapeno poppers and grill some steaks I got left over. Didn't grill on Friday because I was too tired. But anyway, happy Easter. You guys have a good day.